Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Anvex, joined by Ginger. We are on the Lazy Editor channel, I think. Anyway, so what we're going to do in this video, guys, is we're going to be showing you how to sync, pan, and crop. This is like a bit of a more in-depth version of my previous tutorial. And this time I have Ginger here to make sure I don't fuck up. So,
Yeah.
as you can see right here, I've already imported my footage, etc. What we're going to do is we're going to quickly organize the footage. So I'm going to create a new folder, which is going to be clip. Another folder called Cine, it means cinematics. The other one, which is SFX, and that should be everything we have here. So what we're going to do, we're going to drag the map cinematics, go into cinematics, SFX, swoosh, and ballista, and the clip into clip. So the first step we have now that we've organized all this is to right click on the song, and right now I'm using Whitloria like I do. Gonna right click it, new comp from selection. Once you've done that, you'll see that it should load into here like that. Now you can skim across your song, etc. And if you want to play it, you use the dot/delete button down on your number pad. So I'll play through this. So as you see there, we can listen to this. But if you double tap L on your keyboard, you'll get the waveform up like this. You can see all the separate beats, etc. Now, I'm pretty sure this song drops quite early, I think. Didn't it drop? So the first drop's around here, just before 15 seconds. So what you want to do, guys, you want to find all of the drum beats and you want to mark it out. The way you do this is you use the star key on your numpad. If you don't know what that looks like, if you go to your number pad, if you have a number pad and a full keyboard, if you don't have a number pad, you can use Shift 8. But presuming you have a number pad, it should be above the 9. You can click it and it will place a marker right there like so. So now we're going to skim along and we're going to mark out every beat. So it goes. So like this. So we're going to mark out every single beat. And we'll just edit accordingly.
Well, Brad with his big words accordingly.
Try to think like what could I use? So once you guys should probably know how to mark out beats by now. I did show that inside the other tutorial. I didn't go through it in tons of depth, but if you guys don't know, hold down control. You can scroll. You can hear the audio. You can listen out for that little drop there. If you hold down control and just hold it in one spot, it'll start playing it like that. That's a good way to listen out for drum beats. Or you can just skim across. Anyway, so let me zoom in on these beats. So I want to see which ones are the odd ones out. So I might as well keep them all actually, just for now. Just keep it simple. Right, there you go. So that is the song pretty much marked out because we're not going to need much of the song marked out. If you guys are doing a longer edit, you want to mark out more of the song. Very basic that. So what we're going to do now is first of all we're going to put the clip in. So this is a Ballista 7-man hit by Ratty. So we're going to drag this straight in, and we're going to.
If they're 600 FPS clips, you have to interpret the footage.
Ginger, don't mention anything like that yet. We're doing a separate tutorial on that way. So, guys, if you want to place it in a specific spot, you can move your cursor there, then use the square bracket keys on your keyboard to adjust where it will be. I'm going to do that. So I want the clip to start around here though, so I'm going to Control Alt T to bring up the time remap. If you guys didn't catch that, that is Control Alt T, and that will bring up the time remap like so. Now I want to start the clip here, so find where you want to start the clip. I want to start mine here. You want to click the keyframe button, and then go on to the first keyframe and press delete your keyboard. You have to right click and delete them, but actually, how do you do that? Right click, keyframes. I don't know how you delete them unless you press delete. Anyway, thought you could just right click and press delete, but apparently not. Anyway, so that's where I want to start. Now, what I want you guys to do is I want you to go to every single shot there is that actually hits. That's the first shot that hits right there. I'm gonna mark that. I'm gonna mark the second shot. Like that. You guys should be able to find the shots pretty easily. Okay, third shot. Fourth shot. So the way I'm doing it right now, guys, if you look on the screen, you can see the bullet trail right there, the bullet smoke. As I'm going off of right now. Let's skip a bit further ahead. The hell is this song in the background? It's crap. Okay, that's the next one marked out. You're marking them all out, basically. Now, this is harder to see. You kind of need to estimate sometimes. Okay, so I'm going to mark about there. There we go, there. Okay, I think that's the last kill he gets, and then he dies. So I'm gonna choose my stopping point, which is gonna be there. So now, once you find your stopping point and you don't want the rest of it, do Control Shift D. Press Delete on the top area. Go to the end and delete that keyframe. Now you have all your keyframes you're gonna be working with. So you want to put your cursor on each beat separately. You want to drag the points across so it matches up nicely. We're going to do this quite quick to try and fit this song a bit better. Then I'm going to skip that beat, and that seems stupid, guys, but if it's a double beat, you sometimes want to skip it. I'll show you what we're going to do with those in a second. I'm going to sync it up to there. You guys want to make sure it's accurately synced. You don't want to mess it up. Might need to mark out more beats, actually. Oh no, well, never mind. Okay, now we're going to drag that last keyframe to that last clip, and we're going to drag this track out to meet our cursor. So now that we've done that, we've literally just basically got the shots so they're in timing, but it looks a bit tacky if you were to preview it like that. I'll show you, just not even, I'm not going to play it with audio right now. As you see, it's going to be real laggy because I'm recording, but as you can see, it just looks a bit stupid. It doesn't look anything special. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to, first of all, let me organise my tracks because I like to change the colours. If you guys want to change the colour, you can click on the first colour, then do whatever you want. But now what we're going to do is we're going to hold down left click and we're going to highlight all the points. Once you've highlighted all the points, you can press F9 or you can right click, keyframe assistant, and easy ease. I'm going to use F9 for this, for the sake of what I'm used to. Now, once you've got all those selected, make sure you click on time remap, make sure everything's selected. Go to here where it says graph editor, click on it. Now this is where you can adjust your velocity. If you guys don't know much about velocity, just follow the kind of thing that I do and it will come out roughly similar. So you just want to peak up, then down. So you want to get like kind of this, kind of like S kind of shape, like kind of like a slide in a way. Once you've got this, you want to do it to all of them, like so. This can take some time sometimes, guys, but this is just part of editing. And this kind of does affect the edit quite a lot. Because this will affect like where it speeds up and where it slows down, and that can really change the whole feel of an edit. Right, so we're going to go to the start of the clip now. I'm going to press B. And now I'm going to click the RAM preview button over here. If you guys have a numpad, you can also use 0 on your numpad. That will also RAM preview it, but I'm just going to use the button for the sake of this tutorial so people don't get confused of what I'm doing. So what a RAM preview will do is it will kind of like pre-render it for you, so you can see what it's gonna look like. So right there, you got audio. If you guys see this little audio icon right here, click it. Now we're gonna go to. Now this is what I didn't do. So you know these second beats that I said we're gonna leave redundant. That isn't exactly true. We're gonna go to them now. We're gonna add a time remap on both of them. So once you've done that, if you go to your graph editor again, you should see these two beats will kind of stand out because they just look kind of just placed in the middle of things. Do what you did with the previous beats and just kind of make it blend in. And what I'll do, I'll make it pump on the beat, and that looks quite nice inside edits. If we RAM preview it now using the button. As you see there, that is quite nicely synced up right there, guys. So what we're going to do now is we're going to be adding in some gun sounds. In fact, no, what? First of all, before we do that, we're going to actually sync pan crop normally. So we're going to press S on your keyboard when clicked on the clip. Press S. And see here, it'll bring up the scale option. Now, on each beat, you want to scale up. So mark, go to the next frame just after the beat, and then 110. If you do this, guys, you want to select all the clips, Control C, and you can just Control V it over on every single beat. So what you're literally doing right now, you're just copy and pasting the effect, so it just makes your life a bit easier. Okay, and make sure when you get to the, make sure you go to the end of the clip eventually, and just press 100. Okay, that way it will just pump whenever there's a beat. Okay, now another thing that I do, which I'm going to include in sync pan crop, but isn't technically, is the exposure. I always add this in no matter what I'm doing. I kind of include it in sync pan crop. A lot of people won't. You want to make sure you zoomed in on the beat. Okay, mark the exposure at 0, go across one, and I like to do 0.2, like this, and you'll see it will. Oh, sorry. I usually do 2. Want to press, make sure you clicked on the track here, and then when you press U on your keyboard, it should bring up all your options like this. If it does, you can just hover over the exposure area. You can see across here, it's exposure. Hover across these two, Control C. Now do what you just did with this scale markers all the way across.
Ow.
What you just do?
Hit my elbow on my chair, on my funny bone. Ah.
Good job, mate. But if you guys do this correctly, you should see that it should hopefully flash on every beat. Those two scale ones are a tiny bit off. Let me move those anyway. And then when you get to the end of the clip, just like you did with scale, make sure you put that back down to the original, which is 0. Okay. Now, click on the track, press U so you can hide it all. Then you press U a few times if it doesn't close the first time. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add in the cinematics before the clip. So we will go to the cinematics. I'm not going to be doing text in this video. That will be in more into the future video. But first of all, I'm going to use this cinematic, which is the cinematic of the map. You can place it wherever you want, guys. I'm going to do 2 short cinematics. I'm going to do this around the 5 seconds mark, hopefully. That's where I want to start it, so I can go off contextual references. Right. Now guys, use the square bracket keys to position it, or you can also slide it along. But I like to use square bracket keys because it's a tiny bit more accurate for me. Also press B once you found where you want to start it. Now do Control Alt T to bring up the time remap again. Now you can place this wherever you want. I'm going to do this for about 3 seconds longer than the other one for about 4-ish. That's, tell you what, no, I'm going to be neat. I'll put this to, oh, Give it a second. Sorry, this is something that happens with my After Effects. Just give it a minute or two. Okay, when that happens, right. I'm gonna skip to the ignore what's on screen right now, guys. That just happens. Yeah. Ignore the red on my screen. Just try and ignore that. I know it's hard to ignore, but try. So as you can see there, you can then just put it to there, drag the clip down so it matches. Now I always change my cinematics to fuchsia. I do like that colour. Anyway, then you want to mark out both of the points just like you did with the clip. Press F9 and you can right click easy ease. Now I'm gonna do this is a way so on that clip we did a very smaller shape. This one you want to do a massive shape like that. Now we're gonna do the same with the second cinematic. We're gonna drag it in straight into there. Use square bracket tool, Control Alt T. We're gonna position it so that it ends at the start of our clip right there. Go Shift D. I'm just gonna delete it this way because I can't be bothered dragging it out, but you can drag it out just normally. Mark the beats, F9. Graph editor. Pull that up. Pull that down. Okay. Change this to fuchsia. Right, as you can see here, the cinematic's really zoomed in. If it's really zoomed in, go to scale, 67. If that isn't correct, you can mess about with it just by dragging it. But for me, 67 usually works. If I go across to this, let me do S, 67, like so. Now, click on the track, press U to hide the effects. Right, you press it twice, like so. I know those cinematics have really nothing to do with this clip, but it was just some filler stuff. Right. Now we're gonna add in gun sounds. So go to your SFX. Now you want a fat swoosh. You don't want a crappy swoosh because these do actually make a big difference. Dragging your swoosh, let's put it there. So double tap L on your swoosh track. Now what you want to do with this is you want to find the point where it's at its highest, which is here for me. Drag it along like that, so that it matches up like that. Now, if you want to go to your clip, so that's a kill, that one. That's the first kill. So I'm going to click on the track. I'm going to use square bracket keys to move it so it's at the start, like so. I'm going to make that green because that's my colour for sounds. I'm going to go to ballista.wav. Drag and drop that straight in there. Position it, Control Alt T. Oh, not Control Alt T, I mean, sorry. Did not mean to do that. Double tap L. Okay. Now you want to find one of the shots. If you have more than one shot. If not, and it's perfectly synced up for you, then consider yourself a lucky person, because you won't have to do all this. To have it a bit easier. Then I'm going to delete that. So, I'm going to cut it down so you've got the actual sound, basically. I'm going to click on that track, going to put it to the start of that, like that. Change the colour to green. Okay. Now I'm going to listen to this really quickly, just by pressing the dot button, because I want to hear what it sounds like. As you can see, that is really loud. That's why you want to listen to it, guys. I'm going to tap L. I'm going to put this down to -12, I think. Okay. That sounds nice. Now we're going to go to... 1 second, guys. Right, we're going to go down to pitch. I can't find it for some reason. Let's go to audio. You guys can do a lot of this. You just mess about with it, basically. Go to bass and treble. I'm going to change the bass in it up. It should sound a bit like this. But turn up the treble like so. Okay, you guys might not notice a massive difference there, but I do. Right, now we're going to duplicate that with Control D. Do the same thing with the swoosh, Control D. Now drag that, I'll drag those above that, so it's like that. So you've got the two there again. Now put that at the next shot like you did before using the square bracket keys. This is just the quickest way to do it, guys. Obviously you can do it however you want, but I like to be as efficient as possible while doing this. You're going to do this for every single shot, basically. So that's what I'm doing right now. So the second dot is there, put that there. Sorry about the background noise, guys. Now, I'm just going to keep on doing this, guys, just marking it all out and just placing the beats in. This is a bit tedious, yes, but this obviously is necessary.
Okay, New Year is just around the corner. Sure, you could finally start that gym membership, maybe try to cut down on triple cheese pizzas with extra cheese, but we've got a 2018 goal you'll actually want to stick to, getting more from your music.
Right.
It's just 99p for 3 months. Lose the ad breaks, get unlimited.
Sorry about this. You can. I just realized an ad playing as well. This is not a very interesting part of the commentary while I'm just marking out these. Okay, so now if we RAM preview this, we should now have our 2 cinematics nicely flowing. We should also have our clip synced up with gunshots. This is taking a little bit of time to pre-render right now because it's a bit of a bigger area and I'm still recording. If I wasn't recording, this would do it much quicker, and I'm sure I'll do it much quicker for you guys when you're not recording. There we go. So see right there, it is synced up nicely. Right, so if it syncs up like that, you wanna just highlight all of those. Right click, recompose, move all attributes into new composition. Okay, like so. And that will just take it all into here, so it's all done for you. Now you can add your black bars. What I like to do is I like to add black bars purely on the clips and not the cinematics. So you want to create new solid. The way you do that, you right click, new solid, and then just create a black solid like so. You want to make sure it's black, because by default it will be like this kind of color here. You want to click on that, go down to black, create it on top of the layer, and you want to do type into your effects column, CC, then space, jaws, like so. So I'm gonna drop that onto the black layer. Now, if you go to here, you can do height, do 0, completion, do 70. Like you can see now, you've got some black bars, but they're not really as customized. I'm gonna do 75 for this, guys, but they're not as customized as they could be. What I like to do is I like to go to the start of the clip here. So I want to go to the start of the clip there. I'll go 1, 2 frames behind. Make sure the completion's at 100. Like that. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put it to 75, like so. That way it's not on the cinematics and it's just on there. Okay guys, so now you've pretty much just sync pan cropped the entire thing right there. That is the very basic sync pan crop. I'm going to make this as big as possible. I'm just going to pre-render it for you guys to have a look at so you guys can see what you've basically just made. It's going to take a little bit to pre-render obviously because I'm recording. Now the next tutorial we're going to be doing, guys, is going to be about color correction, RSMB and S_shake. That is the basic like color correction and basic effects that we add on, just to make it look quite nice. I'm going to add those on after this. I'm also going to record me doing it, but you will get to see that inside this video. That'll be the next video. This is just a little tutorial on sync pan crop. So that's the edit that you basically just made there. Okay, so now I'm gonna add on a few extra effects that I normally would. But thank you guys for watching this video. Subscribe to Lazy Editor, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, we'll see you guys at the next one. Go add some more effects and you'll get to see what it looks like with the effects added. Peace.